Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Obidati TV. My name is Oliole Christabel Ibukun, and you're tuned in to Vents and Scars. And with me in the studio today, I have
Ekene Ezomaya.
Welcome. So on this program, we will be sharing our experiences as Nigerians under the administrations that have put us in the socio-economic situation that we are in right now. We will be sharing our experiences, the things that have happened to bring tears to our eyes, the sadness, the pain, the panic. This week, we'll be opening with our own stories, right?
Yeah, sure.
And from next week, from tomorrow, yes, we'll be expecting to hear from you. If there's anything you'd like to share with us, what has this administration cost you? What have you lost? What happened? What caused you to be pained? You know, I think we all have an archive of stories if you want to explore what these administrations have taken from us. So we would love to hear your story. Remember that this is a family, a community of people who are tired of suffering needlessly and would like to see real change happen for once in Nigeria.
And to add to what she just said, I feel it's also a platform where we let it out. A lot of things has happened over time and we bottled it up. We could not even speak to anyone. This platform is giving us the opportunity to come and talk to each other. I feel if we start sharing this information, that is the only way we can recollect and try to amend some of the mistakes we made. And I guess the best way to do that is to join on this platform, Obidati Family TV, and feel free to share your own information and get ready. I
feel like this is one of the very few live broadcasting platforms that we have that are just for the Obidati family, the campaign.
Exactly.
I feel like, yes, we have a lot of communities, pro-Obidati communities, but this is like one of if not the only live
television where you talk about everything
where we are a community for Obidati people. So I think you should go first.
Okay, I'll be sharing my story. First of all, I'm from the academic environment, and I remember going on strike for almost 7 to 8 months. I don't want to recount that experience, but a lot of my mates, a lot of my colleagues at the office left the country.
Yes, it's true.
By the time we came back from the strike, a lot of them were not in the uni any longer.
Yeah, we did.
And those of them that stayed back in the country, they were really, really struggling, especially those with families, a lot of children. You can imagine what it meant to cater for your kids when you were not receiving your salary for 5, 6, 7 months counting. And to break the camel's back, we came back from the strike. The November salary, that's the first package that they paid, it was slashed. 50% of that salary was paid.
Wow.
I remember a few of my colleagues that ran into depression, became very sober. You know what it means staying without your salary. Somehow you must have borrowed to keep your home
in debt
running.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you hope that immediately you come back and resume fully, everything will be paid to go back and clear the debt. And they came back and half salary, just 1 month, and half salary was paid. Not just that, we're all forced to finish the academic calendar for students, and we started struggling because from February till like 7 months, everything we were supposed to take the students
was
condensed, and they started pushing for it. And watching us work on an academic calendar where we're not paid for was traumatizing. Really traumatizing. A few of the things I want to share is to let Nigerians know that somehow it's not the fault of these academic staff you point at or non-academic staff. The question is, the government of the day entered an agreement with these people, and see today, they don't want to fulfill their own end of the agreement. I want to stop here before I don't want to go sober here. I don't.
I can imagine. And as a student, I can't say I relate with the struggle from the lecturers and the academic staff point of view, but I can say that I was affected in my own way.
The academic calendar got disrupted.
Yes, and I feel like it affected my output, and you know, now I have reduced hope for what my grades will be like. I don't know. I just feel like
that vigor and zeal you were using to read and
I struggled through those exams that everything was condensed. Like, I struggled through it. And I just pray it comes out well.
And a lot of students did not even continue. They had to defer their own
a lot of students
courses just to make sure that it splits and they could study well.
A lot of students did. And for me, though, I feel like my worst experience since becoming an adult in Nigeria is the EndSARS period.
Oh my God.
And I'll say this because I am related to guys, and I have friends that are guys, and being Gen Z, you know, we have these really nice friend groups things going for us. And
I lost my phone during that period. Just continue.
You lost your friend?
I did. In Lagos. I was in Lagos that period.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm sorry
continue.
about that. Yeah. But then I had issues that then I would see my friends when they want to go out, I'd be like, no, don't go. It was traumatizing. You know, now that we are saying it, it seems like it's just talk. But if you had lived through EndSARS, you would know that it's not funny. If you're related to guys, if you know any guys as friends, if you're just a human being with sympathy, empathy, and feelings, that period would have been incredibly stressful, especially the 20th of October. I remember crying so hard that night. There was this anxiety.
Any part of those are protested?
Funny enough, I was supposed to be at the Lekki toll gate that night.
Serious?
As at 6 p.m., my bags were packed. My mom had given me this hype that, okay, yes, you can go for the protest. There's nothing there. Go and speak up.
Your mom is
right. Oh, no.
My mom will not allow us.
Something else happened. Last minute, she said, no, don't go again.
Wow.
Like, that I should go the next day in the morning instead of the evening protest.
Something struck her differently.
Yeah, and then the worst part is I sprained my wrist. Okay. So as I was going home from work, my hand was swollen to like twice its size. So I was like, I can't even hold a placard. I won't be comfortable. I need to relax this hand. And I went home.
Wow.
But I had friends on that ground.
Any of them were affected?
Let's not. Let's not. It was a devastating period in my life and in the life of every young Nigerian. I feel like that was when we were confronted with the raw fact that there's a problem.
And do you know that SARS is still functional in Nigeria? They just changed the name. That's still operating.
Did you see the recent statement released by the SUG, the Student Union Government of Nnamdi Azikiwe University?
I didn't.
You didn't? You know, in this administration, I found out that when you think something has reached the heights, once you just think it can't get uglier than this, it will get uglier than that.
What was the statement about?
There were accusations, there were allegations that the members of the SPACs invaded students, residents, and assaulted, robbed students of their properties, because we have been battling with a series of robberies. And
so the name was just changed and no restructuring, nothing was done. It's still the same
criminals, it's still the same ill-mannered
and they were never retrained.
They were not, no, obviously not. So based on these allegations, I just don't know. I can't even say at this point. What I know is that the EndSARS period, much as it was devastating, it kind of gave us this view that we do have a voice and we can speak.
And we can change the narrative.
Yes, for once in my life, I was inspired. I believed truly that if I could speak, I can change things. I don't know. For me, it had its downsides. A lot of
young persons started, not just typing, staying behind your keyboards, typing and posting on social media. They started using this platform to drive home their points.
Yes.
In fact, I noticed that immediately after the EndSARS, the social media space in Nigeria completely changed, where it wasn't it's just not about posting.
It became an agency for change.
Thank you. Someone will say, just like my dad would say sometimes, social media is the constitution for Nigerian youths. That's a platform where they can go to, open their mouths very wide and say it as it is. I know the regulations around terrestrial and non-terrestrial televisions, and it seems before this guy break the news that they usually doctor and cover truths in. You go to the social media pages, platforms,
yeah,
and hear the real truth, undiluted.
And I feel like another thing is that like could administrations here. You know, the person that was in power when your dad was a young man is still coming back to be in power now. So it's the same behaviors. Like for example, as a historian, I'm a student of history, and so I studied the patterns, and I see that the same oppressive system
recycling.
It's happening again. The press was suppressed. Abacha regime, the military juntas. That was what we kept saying. We saw a lot of oppression of the media because they do know that there is power in the people's voices.
And now the media is with people. Citizen journalism is the order of the day. People are now beginning to tweet and write in front of everyone.
Yes.
And if you have 2-point-something million followers, you almost control the same audience like a proper television. And so if you use it well, talk about issues that matter, narratives will change.
You can speak. The glorious thing is, in this day and time, you can actually speak. And for me, coming from a historical point of view, it's a breakthrough. Because if you know what people went through to be able to speak in the 90s, you know, under the military rulers, you would understand. In fact, our current president, during his time in his military regime, they openly let us know that there will be no tolerance for the mass media.
Wow.
Like, it wasn't even hidden.
Wow.
You know, what we are practicing now is a form of democracy. A form of democracy. It's a form of democracy. It's democratic enough to keep the international community happy, but undemocratic enough to make sure that it is the needs of a tight circle of people that are being met, as opposed to representing everyone in the government.
Projecting the needs and the views of just few Nigerians.
Yes,
handful of Nigerians. Then over 200 million, and all their opinions are being denied.
Silenced completely.
Thanks to social media. And I also noticed in some of these platforms, you cannot sponsor political oriented posts. You know, do reach across to a lot of people. You're banned immediately.
They are trying to put checks on that. They're trying to put checks on that. They're trying to regulate what cannot be regulated.
You know, it happened during the NSAS where a lot of persons could not even post and talk about it.
We were shut down.
Except few that went live on their own
we were and you know, Twitter was shut down.
Wow.
Have you forgotten?
I remember.
Twitter was our mobilization. We come on there. We
the funds for everything.
Yes, and then we will go. Twitter was shut down as a way of punishing us, not minding that millions of naira was expended just to shut down that platform. The cost did not mean anything if it could keep us silent.
A lot of Nigerians are also employed via that platform. That's where they make their money daily, and it's just how bad it is sometimes to recount the experiences of being a Nigerian.
Honestly. Absolutely, it's absolutely okay. So let's just address. We would really appreciate being spoken to. We want to hear from you. We don't want to come on here and tell our own stories. We want to project your stories, your experiences, and everything. You know, there's something that you will see. I always have this way of saying that there's something you will go through that your mouth cannot be shut. There's some degrees of pain that you can't be silent after experiencing it. And if you feel like you're in that point in your life with this administration, this is your time to say something. Come out and tell us, I'm tired, I don't want to live like this anymore, I want to be represented, I want to be happy.
Just like the musician in Ebonyi State that the APC campaign team had to beat almost to death because he did not want to sing the campaign song of a party that has left Nigeria in shambles. If you have any story, even if it's very devastating, we know nobody has heard you. We know you've not been given the voice to talk. This is the time to come on Obi Dati Family TV and talk about it.
Yes,
right, live and direct. We will share your story. We'll let the world hear what you've got to say.
Please vent your scars. This is basically vent and scars. Like, come and vent. Let us see your scars. Let's know that it has not been easy. You know, Africans, we are incredibly strong people, and we sit on things that other civilizations, other people,
other climes can't.
They can't. We sit on such degrees of callousness, oppression.
But in as much as we are very strong people, we cannot continue to tolerate.
That is not a strength that we need. Yes,
honestly.
that we don't need to expend our strength in that direction.
At some point, we will burn out.
Yes, we will burn out. We are already burnt out. I'm burnt. I don't know about you, but I'm burnt out. I can't anymore.
See me now.
See me. I can't anymore. I can't anymore. I need relief and peace.
I guess that's where we end it for today.
Yes, I think this is where we will be closing for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll let you do the closing. So
guys, thank you so much for being part of the show. Please remember that every information we want to share with us, feel free, go on all our social media platforms, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, Obi Dati Family TV. Share and let's hear your story. Obi's campaign is moving forward and we're going to the promised land, and it must be achieved. Go get your PVC. My name is Ekene Ezamanya, and with me has been
Oluyole Ibukunwa Christabel, and we are so glad to have you on this channel. Remember, this is the one place where you can speak your mind, you can connect with fellow Obidati believers, and we can plan the future of our nation together. Again, we would love to hear from you. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.